Yes, you are not. Bo, I said stop. Stinky, no, that's enough. No, I've had enough. What's that? You're sick and tired of Bo. Yes, well, you might be sick and tired of Bo. Well, I don't know. Look what you've done to Bo's necklace, dear. That's dreadful behaviour. Yes, Bo, and you've been encouraging him. Don't pull that face at me. No, really, I've absolutely had enough. That's the longest 4.5 hours in a car I've ever experienced in my life. Absolutely dreadful. The fighting was shocking. Now I'm very disappointed. What's that? It's the poppets! Oh, good Lord, it's the poppets. Well, poppets, mums and dads, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm sorry to say, Stinky and Bo, I'm watching you, have been dreadful. They have been very, very naughty indeed. We went on a car trip to visit Stinky's Aunt Brie, and I said stop. I have to say it was the longest 4.5 hours I have ever experienced in my life. These two have been fighting constantly in the back seat. There's Stinky, there is cheddar cheese and toffee everywhere, and I'm not cleaning that up today, dear. No, you can help me clean the car seat tomorrow. Yes, it's no good pulling that face. And Bo, you have drawn all over the back seat of the car with lipstick. What's that? You're an artist. Yes, well, you might be an artist, but you don't do that to the car seat. And I said stop. The two of you have made me very, very cross indeed, and I've had to tell the poppets and the mums and dads just how naughty the two of you have been, and it's very, very disappointing. So I think the only thing to... Stinky, are you listening? What's that? I'm talking too much. Well, I'm going to continue to talk until I've finished. I am going to separate the two of you. You're going to have a time out, and then we will discuss this matter a little bit later on. Ah, don't you pull that face at Bo again. Well, Bo, you're going to go down there and perhaps listen to the story and think about also what you've done, all right? Don't you pull that face at me. Ah, I said stop. Oh, the two of you, you're naughty, Stinky. Let go of her. What's that? She's got your Lego SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes, well, we'll find that a little bit later on. Dreadful behaviour, I have to say. Yes, you can go down there. You're very naughty. Very naughty indeed, and fancy behaving like that in front of the poppets, the mums and dads. What on earth will they think? I don't know. Well, mums and dads, poppets, I'm so sorry, and I am waffling on quite a bit, I know, and I'm sorry about that, but sometimes you just have to when you've got children or two mice, I have to say, that won't behave. Well, story time. Yes, of course, indeed. And today's story is called Click Clack Buckled in Your Booster Seat, and thank you, Stinky dear. Perhaps a story is what Stinky needs. 4.5 hours with those two arguing in the back seat. Goodness gracious me. Perhaps a story will settle everybody down. Let's hope so. Perhaps these poppets have been better behaved than my two. And here we go, my dear ones. Look at Liam. Can you see him, Stinky, buckled in his booster seat? Click, clack, in the back. Safety check, Stinky, is all complete. What's that? He has a booster seat like yours. Yes, he does. It's very similar to yours, I have to say. Well, there's cute Liam there, my dear poppets, with his gorgeous curly hair, and I guess that's his sister there as well, and they look quite relaxed there in the car, buckled up, ready to go on a car trip. I wonder where they're going. And perhaps these two are better behaved than my two naughty mice. Yes. Rockets fire, higher, higher, up past Mars and Mercury, Stinky. What's that? It's a very cool rocket. Yes, it is a very cool rocket, I have to say. And there's the dear poppets, and I would say that they're using their imagination as they zoom along in the car. They're pretending that they are in a rocket. Zooming up to space, higher and higher and higher. Looking at all the planets and all the stars, and perhaps they'll see an alien or two. Yes, perhaps they will. Warp speed 2, he tells his crew, Stinky. His crew's asleep. She's only 3. Liam flies so far through space, His rocket booster seat is very cool. Yes, it is very cool. It flies him all the way, Stinky, to Neptune. What's that? You can see aliens. Yes, I can see aliens as well. And we'll turn the book around so the dear ones at home can see. There's aliens there and lots of things happening in that page. I hope these aliens are friendly. Yes, you wouldn't want to meet a cross alien, that's for sure. Oh yes, these puppets are having quite a wonderful time indeed, and there's a toy monkey there as well. That is where he goes to school. This is Danny with her granny. Oh yes, they're going past the school on the road trip. Danny thinks she's on a ride, does she? Yes, look at her there. Pulls the strap across her lap, Stinky, and what are the words? That's right, click, clack, safe inside. Yes, because as you know, my dear poppets, whenever you go in the car with mum or dad, you must or just with mum, you must always wear your seatbelt. Doesn't matter who it is, but remember to put your seatbelt on so you're nice and safe. Yes, safety first, I always say. You've always got to be careful. Slowly now the ride goes up a hill right to the top. And when it goes as high as that, it starts to drop, Stinky, and will not stop. Well, as the car climbs up a hill, the poppets are pretending it's a roller coaster with your arms up high, screaming as you go up and down the twists and turns. Oh yes, roller coasters. I remember when I went on a roller coaster. Yes, it gave me a tummy ache. Yes, I ate too much before I went on that ride. Must remember never to do that again. Whee, says Danny to her granny. Oh yes, whee. Whee, this ride is fun. But poor Granny holds on tight. Oh yes, Granny looks as though she's about to lose her lunch. Yes, her hair's flying everywhere there. She's got mad hair and a mad expression on her face. Oh yes, she looks scared to death. She doesn't look pleased at all. Although the poppet seems to be having a rather smashing time, I have to say. Yes, a bit of a thrill seeker, this poppet, I think. Having a ball. And wishes it was done. Check out Bryden, dreams of riding high upon a camel's back, Stinky. Travelling over desert sands, buckled up. What comes next? That's right, clickety-clack. Yes, well now they're pretending they're on a camel's back and walking through the desert sand on a very hot day. Yes, imagine that, riding on a camel. That would be quite exciting. Yes, I think that would be smashing, having a ride on a camel. Isn't it wonderful when you use your imagination? All these wonderful destinations your imagination can take you to. Off on summer holidays, the sun is hot, Stinky, and the sky is blue. Safe upon a camel's hump is where you get the greatest view. Yes, well, I suppose you would. All the way up there so very high. Well, there's the poppet there, and look at him sitting up there on the camel's hump, and how majestic that camel looks. A very handsome camel indeed. I hope this is a friendly camel and not a cross one, because sometimes camels do like to spit. Oh yes, they get quite cranky. I've seen a camel do that. Yes, I wouldn't want to be standing in front of a camel when it decides to do that. Oh, he looks cranky. Oh, look at that, Stinky. You think he's going to spit? Yes, well, he very well might. He's got a very peculiar look on his face. Look out, dear poppet. His brother's on a yellow hump. His sister's hump is red. Oh, is it? And that pink hump there in the front. Well, there they are there. They look like explorers, don't they? Sitting up there high on the camel's hump. I wonder where they're off to on this camel adventure. Yes, it's hard to say. I wonder what's going to happen next. Where is their imagination going to take them to next, Stinky? Oh, it's Dad's big baldy head. Oh, that's not nice. Poor old Dad. Princess Solar, she's a ruler, rules the land from near to far. Click, clack, on her throne, she's the Princess Stinky of the car. What's that? Is she a friend of Beau's? Yes, well, perhaps she is. Look at that face. I've seen an expression like that before, I have to say. Well, there's the sister there, and she's the ruler of the car with a crown upon her head. Look at that. Yes, she wants everyone to do as she commands. Oh, yes, sisters like to be princesses, don't they? Or queens. Servant, close your window now, she yells that to her brother. Servant, turn that music off, she yells this to her mother. Oh, how rude. She's saying, servant, come here, do this, do that. And there she is there, with a crown on her head, and quite the princess she is, giving everyone orders. Yes, well, I don't think the brother would be very happy with that, I have to say. No, not happy at all. Yes, oh dear, dear me. Servants, I command you, you must do the things I say. Oh, look at her there, Stinky. What's that? She's throwing a wobbly. Yes, she is throwing a wobbly. She's gone quite mad. She's screaming and waving her arms about, and she's throwing a tantrum. Yes, I've seen both throw quite a few tantrums. She gets very, very naughty sometimes. Dreadful. Oh, yes, she's a very, very naughty poppet indeed. Although I have to say, sometimes when you are on a rather long car trip, it is understandable that some poppets do get a bit fed up. And I think when that happens, it's best to pull up and have a tea break and to have a rest. What's that? We should have done that. Yes, perhaps we should have. Mum says, Sola, one more word. No princess cake today. She's been naughty. Last of all, this guy, Paul, he likes chilling in the back, does he? He's a bit of a chiller, this fellow. No rocket ships, no camel trips. He just straps in, click, clack. Oh, yes. So he takes it nice and easy, doesn't have much to say. Perhaps he has a nap in the back. I don't know. Sometimes it's good when you're travelling in the car. It takes a long time to get to wherever it is you're going to have a nap. And then often you find time passes quite quickly. It does make me quite sleepy in the car. Paul enjoys his booster seat because it keeps him safe, Stinky. And also when the road has bumps, well, there they are there, and it's a very bumpy road. Can you see that, dear? Yes, you can. We'll turn it around so the poppets can see. It's a very bumpy road there, my dear ones. You can see just how bumpy that road is. Very bumpy indeed. Although the car seems to be managing the bumpy road quite well. There's luggage there on the roof as well. His bottom, oh, he said bottom. His bottom doesn't ache. Oh, what's that? Bottom's quite rude. Oh, yes, I would have thought they'd say bottom. His bottom doesn't ache. Well, there he is there, nice and comfy in his booster seat, and of course, his bottom doesn't ache. Yes. The end, and that was called Click Clack, Buckled in Your Booster Seat. And I have to say, my dear ones, a very, very fitting story for today. Oh, yes, most certainly was. Well, Stinky, have you thought about what I've said? You're very, very sorry. Yes, well, I'm glad to hear it because that was terrible, all that fighting with Bo in the back. And I think after we've said goodbye to the poppets, I'd like you and Bo to make up properly and to say that you're sorry. All right then? Yes. What's that? You're very sorry to me. Yes, well, I'm glad that you're sorry because I do love you so and I do like you to be a good mouse. All right then? Yes, good boy. Well, poppets, mums and dads, we have come to the end of story time once again. I know, it does fly by very, very quickly. Perhaps you could read a book about some poppets going for a car trip, or perhaps you could, well, have a play with your brother or sister, but no fighting. Be good poppets. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, bye.